Call to order. Please note for the record that Erin Kelly is representing Suzanne Miles Gustav and Karen San Hilaire is representing Molly Wasso Park, both in a voting capacity. I would like to propose a motion to adopt the minutes of the Capital Committee meeting held on March 11th, 2025.
So moved.
All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. So committee minutes approved. So next we will hear the Vice President's report.
Pagan, Dr. Katz, committee members. So I'm reading the report for Dr. Zayas, who's on some well-deserved time off.
Thank you.
Quickly, we have 4 projects to provide an update on. At New York City Health and Hospitals Queens, we've begun construction on the LINAC replacement, with completion expected in mid-August. The LINAC is a linear accelerator, a device used in radiation therapy. At New York City Harlem, we have a new fluoroscopy X-ray equipment installation that has started and is expected to be completed in April. Fluoroscopy is a diagnostic tool used in X-ray technology to observe a body part in its motion. It enables physicians to look at many body systems, including the skeletal, digestive, urinary, respiratory, and reproductive systems. At New York City Health and Hospitals South Brooklyn, we've started construction on a new outpatient infusion center, and the project is scheduled to be completed in the summer of 2025. An infusion center provides infusion therapy for patients with various conditions, such as cancer, blood disorders, and immunologic abnormalities. Medication or fluids are administered to the patients directly into the bloodstream through intravenous infusion. And finally, at New York City Health and Hospitals Jacobi, we've completed phase 1 of 4 of the MRI suite upgrades, with expected project completion in the fall of 2025. This work includes the renovation of existing spaces to accommodate a new MRI room, new plumbing and HVAC work, new changing rooms, new reception and waiting area, new patient bathrooms. With the additional MRI, we'd be able to minimize wait times, have access to a high-functioning unit when critically needed, and provide additional MRI services for both our inpatient and outpatient population. At this time, we'll move on to the resolution items.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Deborah Brown, Chief External Affairs Officer, and I'm doing this on behalf of myself and my colleagues at Elmhurst Hospital. And apparently I know how to read this morning. We are really delighted to bring this to you today. This is a resolution to name the Infectious Disease Center at New York City Health and Hospitals Elmhurst the Joseph R. Massey Infectious Disease Center, and to name a new training and conference support program similarly after the late Dr. Massey.
Can you read it just from the way it's written in the resolution that way? Yeah.
Do you want the whole thing?
Just a resolution.
Okay, resolution authorizing New York City Health and Hospitals Corporation to name the Infectious Disease or ID Center at New York City Health and Hospitals Elmhurst the Joseph R. Massey Infectious Disease Center. Further, authorizing New York City Health and Hospitals Corporation to name a new training and conference support program at New York City Health and Hospitals Elmhurst, the Dr. Joseph R. Massey Fund.
Thanks.
Great. Many of you knew Dr. Massey, and I'm sorry, I am going backwards. Sorry. I'm just gonna do this. Many of us knew Dr. Massey, in addition to being an infectious disease true leader. He was a kind, generous man, a leader in his community, a leader to all of us. I personally got to know him a little bit during COVID. I always said he was our internal Dr. Fauci, and he really very much functioned as such. So we are delighted to honor the family's request and honor him and honor Elmhurst with this renaming. Dr. Massey served as the director of the Department of Medicine at Elmhurst from 2002 to 2017. He was the chairman of the Department of Global Health, which he held until 2022. He worked extensively on infectious disease issues like AIDS, TB, other diseases in New York City and globally. As I said, he was instrumental during the COVID era. He was a professor, he was active in the community, and more than anything, he really embodied the mission and the values of New York City Health and Hospitals and New York City Health and Hospitals Elmhurst. So as you know, next slide, please. The Massey family has generously pledged $1 million for the Infectious Disease Center and an additional $500,000 for the medicine facility to participate in training and conferences. And I want to pause here to acknowledge, their incredible generosity, the fact that they took this loss, sublimated it into something really wonderful. I want to also acknowledge my colleague, Christine Morotra, our AVP for Philanthropy, who worked with Helen and worked with the family to really help steward this gift in a way that was appropriate and respectful. I am glad to be joined by my colleague. As you can see, the Infectious Disease Center is really a hub for important work at Elmhurst and in the community. We're seeing an increasing number of patients, averaging about 16,000 per year in 23 and 24. There are now 8 ID fellows that receive training at weekly clinics and numerous residents and students that are trained. And this is really, again, a testament to Dr. Massey's 4 decades of leadership. The ID Center was a very small, twice weekly half-day clinic. It is now nationally recognized, and that is in honor of him.
Yes.
Do you want to tag in?
Yes, I'm so sorry for traffic.
No problem.
But this is super important, not only for the community. Dr. Massey was part of the community. I knew him when I was 18 years old, and I saw him giving a lecture as a local library in our community. So for me, Dr. Massey, and for the community, he's always been something important and more. He was our own Dr. Fauci in the community during the pandemic, both in the community. Oh, you said that. Both in the community and within the walls of Elmhurst. And I think within the wall of Elmhurst, he was such a professor, he was such a teacher, he was such a mentor, not only in the Department of Medicine, but you can ask all 485 of the attendings at Elmhurst. When they look up to a man, they mention 2 men. They mention Dr. Massey and Dr. Lieber right now. And it's just a testament to not only his way of giving knowledge in such a way that was so impactful forever. If you were clinical, you understood all the clinical aspects. If you were non-clinical, you understood it as well. But you also, at a community level, he just knew how to connect with others in such a way that it just gave you, in the darkest moments of the pandemic, it just gave you peace. And as a CEO, whenever I needed like the hard truth, Massey would tell me. I would be like, Doc, what do you think? These are our numbers. You think it's gonna get better? He's like, nope. Plan more and get ready more. And I really appreciate that from Dr. Massey. His family with this gift was a big surprise for us, and I really want to thank Christine for arranging everything for us. And it's a special way to honor this man who's been part of the DNA of Elmhurst.
So you want to go next slide? You want me to do approval process? Okay. So as you know, there is an operating procedure that is sort of our guidance when we are doing a renaming for a hospital or component of a hospital. So in honoring this, we adhere to the following approval processes. We receive support and, in fact, initiation from the Massey Center for the renaming. Dr. Massey was so widely known and well respected. Part of a renaming is ensuring that the person is someone who we want to, set forth as embodying the values of health and hospital, and there's just no question about that. We have the letters of support from Helen's chair of the CAB, the president of the medical board, and the chief medical officer, Dr. Ivacoli. Also a support letter from Helen herself. So we are bringing this resolution to the Capital Committee for your approval, and then after that, we will go to the full board.
Thank you so much. Any questions from committee members?
I just want to say that I knew him. He was a great man, and also has a phenomenal family. I spoke quite a bit with his wife after the death, and she talked about how important this was to her as a way of having a legacy. Terrific, amazing guy, and I think it's so wonderful that we'll be able to remember him through, this gift.
Thank you. Okay, so let's take it up for the vote. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. Resolution approved. Thank you so much. And next one.
Thank you. So I'm going to read 2 resolutions into the record. The first, authorizing New York City Health and Hospitals Corporation, the system, to execute standby job order contracts with Gemco Electrical Contractors, Gemco, and McFornigale and Sons Electrical, MCF, to provide electrical construction services on an as-needed basis, each for the amount of $8 million, with a total not to exceed of $16 million for a term of 2 years for both contracts. And the second resolution, authorizing New York City Health and Hospitals Corporation, the system, to execute standby job order contracts with Volmar Construction, Volmar the contractor, to provide HVAC construction services for an amount not to exceed $8 million for a term of 2 years. So the first, we'll go into a little background. So job order contracts are contracts that we award on a public bid where bidders use a multiplier against a task catalog of construction services. This solicitation and the award is in compliance with our OP 100-5. Currently, we have electrical and mechanical HVAC contracts which were awarded in 2022 and that are expiring in December of 2024, but were extended for 5 months in accordance with OP 100-5 to ensure we had procurements of new contracts, and they were extended through May 31st of 2024. There's a third electrical jobs contract which will not expire until 2026. First is the electrical. So the electrical pool, we had public bids that were opened on December 17th and December 18th for 2 contracts, each for $8 million for electrical related construction services. Each contract will be for a 2-year term. The first solicitation, Gemco was the lowest bidder, and the second solicitation, McForney Gale & Sons, was the lowest bidder. Next slide. These are the MWB utilization for Gemco. They have a 31% utilization plan with 5 companies. Each of the companies is either a certified WBE or MWBE. And McForney Gale & Sons is a certified WBE, so all the spend on their contract will be attributed to MWBE spend. Next slide. These are the 2 contracts and the total contract value, $16 million. Next slide. These are the vendor evaluations. So Gemco has a good rating, and McForney Gales has an excellent rating in our system. And now for the HVAC. So we had 2 public bids opened on December 18th and 19th for HVAC contracts, each $8 million for each a 2-year term. HVAC 1, the vendor review process is ongoing, so we will come back to the board for approval once that process is complete. Volmar, for the second HVAC solicitation, was the lowest bidder, and we are here to seek approval for Volmar's contract. Next slide. Volmar has a 30% MWB utilization plan with 3 MWBE vendors. All 3 are certified MBE or WBEs. The budget is $8 million, and the evaluation for Volmar in our system is excellent. And this is the resolution, and happy to take any questions.
Any questions on this? 2 resolutions? Yeah.
2 resolutions, correct.
Yes.
2 resolutions in 1 presentation.
Okay, so let's vote on each resolution separately. The first one, all in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. And the second one is on Volmar. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. So resolution is approved. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Is there any old or new business to come before the committee? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
This meeting is no longer being recorded.